Welcome to Smart Income Masters, where we help you make money smarter. Hey, before we jump into today's topic, if you're serious about accelerating your business, make sure you subscribe over at Smart Income Masters on YouTube for even more strategies. All right, today we are doing a deep dive into something pretty provocative: strategies to grow business so fast. Well, it almost feels like cheating. Okay, let's get into this. The insights we're drawing from today, they come from an entrepreneur who's frankly got an amazing track record, built and sold companies for millions, all within about 10 years.
Yeah, and one of those scaled to, what was it, $2 million a month
Yeah,
in less than 18 months. Pretty incredible speed.
exactly. And now they're leading a portfolio aiming for like $1 billion valuation. So these aren't just theories.
Right. These are tested real-world strategies.
And the goal here is to unpack these core ideas so that you can apply them, whether you're just starting out or, already running things. These insights can really shift how you think about growth.
The fundamental idea, and it's a big one, is that speed isn't just a nice side effect of success. It is the path. It's about deliberately engineering growth, not just hoping it happens.
And that starts somewhere counterintuitive for a lot of people, focusing on cash first,
Yeah.
before everything else.
Precisely. Cash above all else. It sounds harsh, maybe, but it's critical.
Why is that the game changer? I mean, don't you need the perfect product first? What's the mistake people make by not putting cash first?
Well, the mistake is confusing revenue, like invoices or receivables, with actual cash in your bank account.
Yeah.
You simply can't pay people with invoices.
Right. Can't pay the bills with an IOU.
Exactly. So many businesses sign deals, but then they wait 30, 60, 90 days for the cash. They're essentially funding their clients' operations.
Yeah.
The cheat code, if you want to call it that, is getting cash up front before you spend heavily on delivering the service or product.
Okay, so getting paid first.
Yes. Because that immediate cash lets you reinvest immediately. You hire faster, you market more, you learn faster. It creates this incredibly powerful acceleration loop. And getting that cash up front, that comes down to having the right offer.
Oh, okay. So the cash focus forces you to create an offer people actually want to pay for now, which leads to this idea of making an offer so good people feel dumb saying no. Not tricky, but just incredibly valuable.
That's it. It's about focusing on the transformation you provide, not just a list of features. And there are three key parts to making it irresistible. First, urgency.
Urgency. How do you create that authentically?
You convey why now is the time. Maybe you genuinely have a small team and can only take on, say, 5 new clients this month to ensure quality. That's real urgency. Second, scarcity.
Limited access.
Yeah, maybe you only work with a specific type of business or within a certain industry. It makes the opportunity feel more exclusive, more valuable, because it's not for everyone.
Okay, urgency, scarcity, and the third one sounds a bit scary. Risk reversal, like a money-back guarantee.
It's exactly a full refund if a specific agreed-upon outcome isn't met. But here's the key. It's conditional on the client doing their part, following the steps you lay out.
Ah, so it's not unconditional.
Right. If you truly believe in your process and you structure it so the client has clear actions they need to take, then if they follow through, they should get results. Your confidence in offering the guarantee removes their perceived risk. It makes saying yes much, much easier.
Okay, this is clicking now. This is where that cheating feeling comes in, isn't it? Because a better offer means you close more deals, probably at higher prices.
With less effort per sale.
Yes.
You're getting more value, more cash, faster. It feels different because it is different.
So you've got this killer offer. Now you need people to actually see it consistently. Which brings us to building a marketing system, not just a plan.
Right. A plan is static. A system is dynamic. It's repeatable.
I think a lot of founders feel that guilt, when growth just sort of happens, but they don't feel fully in control. So what makes the system different? Why does that feel like cheating compared to just having a plan?
Because a system creates predictability. It's like building a machine. Our source talks about a few components. First, the camcorder method. Simple idea. If you're doing something that gets leads, just record yourself doing it. Boom, instant training video.
Okay, practical.
Then create the course. Document the steps from those videos. Make it a clear process anyone can follow. Third, establish a cadence. What's the daily or weekly rhythm? How often are these marketing actions happening?
Consistency.
Crucial. And finally, a checklist. A short list, maybe 7 to 10 things that need to happen daily. If those boxes are ticked, results predictably follow. Connect that up. Predictable leads mean predictable cash flow. And that predictable cash flow is the absolute engine for scaling fast. You remove the guesswork. That's the unfair advantage.
Predictable cash flow, the engine. Got it. So the engine's running, cash is coming in. but then you, the founder, can become the bottleneck, right? If you're stuck doing everything.
Absolutely. Which leads straight into the next critical step, auditing your day, understanding where your time actually goes.
Yeah, that anecdote you mentioned, a CEO spending 4 hours a day on admin and support, that's half a workday, time that could be spent on, well, making more money.
It's incredibly common.
Yeah.
To fix it, you need to get, as our source puts it, ridiculously efficient. First, track your time. For 2 weeks, log everything in 15-minute blocks, no fudging.
Brutal honesty required.
Totally. Then do an energy audit. What tasks drain you? What tasks energize you? And finally, value your time. Calculate your buyback rate.
How does that work again?
Take your annual income goal, divide by 2,000 hours, roughly a work year. That's your target hourly rate. Then divide that by 4. So if your goal is $200K a year, that's $100 an hour. Your buyback rate is $25. Meaning if you're doing any task that someone else could do for $25 an hour or less, you're losing money by not delegating it. You should be focused on the $100 an hour tasks. Or if your goal is $1 million a year, the $500 an hour tasks. It forces a really important question. Are you making smart trades with your time, your most limited resource?
That's powerful. Okay, so you've audited. You know where the time sinks are. Step 5 is rebuilding your calendar, right?
Yeah.
Scheduling growth, not just hoping for it.
Exactly. Take that time you bought back by identifying low-value tasks and deliberately reinvest it into high-revenue activities.
Right.
Block out 10, 15 hours a week, specifically for sales, lead generation, strategic partnerships. Guard that time.
And schedule it smart.
Yeah, schedule based on your energy. Deep work when you're sharpest, admin when you're maybe less focused. Don't just free up time. Use it strategically for growth.
Makes sense. Protect the growth time. Now, even with your time optimized, the business itself can hit roadblocks as it grows, which is number 6, deleting the bottlenecks.
Yes. Think about constraints. Our source uses a great analogy, a car plant.
Right. The tires, engine, chassis.
Exactly. If you can only make enough tires for 1 car a day, it doesn't matter if you can make 10 engines and 100 chassis. Your output is 1 car. The tires are the bottleneck.
So spending more on engines is wasted effort.
Completely wasted until you fix the tire situation. You have to identify the current bottleneck and focus all resources there. And the radical idea proposed is the 50 to fix it rule.
Give people money to solve problems without asking.
Basically, yeah. Empower team members at different levels to spend a certain amount. $50 for individuals, $500 for leaders, up to $50,000 for C-level to immediately solve a bottleneck they identify. They just report it afterwards.
Wow. That really decentralizes things.
It dramatically increases speed and throughput. Problems get solved instantly without waiting for layers of approval. It's about empowering action to keep things flowing.
Okay, so systems are flowing, time is optimized, bottlenecks are being smashed. Now it's about leverage. Step 7, replace yourself. Offload tasks.
And the single biggest lever here, according to our source, an executive assistant, specifically focused on managing your email and calendar.
Why those two specifically?
Because your email is basically a public to-do list created by other people, demanding your time. And your calendar often doesn't need you personally involved in the scheduling part if there's a system.
Right. Getting those off your plate instantly buys back, typically 10 to 15 hours a week. Time you then pour into the real growth drivers. Sales, strategy, partnerships, things only you can do initially.
Okay, that frees you up significantly.
Yeah.
Which allows you to focus on step 8, increasing talent velocity, building the team. It's not just about customers anymore.
Crucial point, you have 2 funnels. Customer acquisition and talent acquisition. You need both working well. If you get a flood of customers but nobody good to serve them, you collapse.
So how do you build that team at speed?
Design the org chart for where you want to be in 12 months. What roles will you need at that target revenue? Then create a people plan. What's the hiring sequence? Who do you hire first to get the biggest return in terms of freeing up your high-value time? Often, it's that EA. The bigger picture here is that the right people scale the business. Not just you. You multiply your impact through them.
And multiplying impact often requires outside help or shortcuts. That's number 9. Pay for the blueprint, right? Invest in knowledge coaching. Basically, don't reinvent the wheel. Exactly. Ask yourself, what would the 10x version of me do right now? Chances are they wouldn't waste time figuring out solved problems. They'd buy the solution. Money like speed.
Our source had a personal story about this, didn't they? Waiting too long.
Yeah, admitted wasting years trying to DIY everything. Finally hired a coach, and bam, nearly $1 million in revenue in 12 months. The fear is wasting money. But the bigger waste is often the time spent trying to figure it all out alone.
So invest in coaching tools.
Coaching tools and developing your internal talent. And that fear people have, what if I train them and they leave? The better question is, what if you don't train them and they stay? Investing in people fuels faster growth.
Okay, fast growth, great team, invested knowledge.
Hmm.
But are the customers actually staying?
Yeah.
Number 10, resolve your retention. The leaky bucket problem.
Oh, this is huge. Losing customers kills momentum, that example you mentioned.
Mm.
Losing 10% a month means your entire customer base churns in less than a year. You're constantly refilling a leaking bucket.
So how do you plug the leaks?
Key strategies. First, quick wins. Get your new clients a tangible result, something valuable, within the first 48 hours. Make them feel the value immediately so the thought of quitting seems silly.
Make it sticky early.
Exactly. Second, strategic upsells and referrals. Don't just make the initial sale. Build a value ladder. Keep offering more value. Third, track churn weekly. Don't wait for monthly reports. Monitor retention closely and jump on potential issues before people leave. Fixing retention is maybe one of the biggest cheat codes. It dramatically boosts customer lifetime value, improves margins, and frees up resources. You get so much more out of every customer you acquire.
Makes total sense. Keep the customers you worked hard to get. All right, final stretch. With a solid base and good retention, it's time to scale sales without scaling you. Number 11, tackling that belief. Nobody can sell like me.
Such a common bottleneck for founders. We have to overcome it to truly scale. How? First, script everything. Sales calls, objection handling, create detailed talk tracks.
So anyone can follow the process.
Right. Second, record-winning calls. Use your best sales conversations as training gold. Let new hires hear exactly what success sounds like so they can model it. Faster learning curve.
Okay, scripts and examples. What about hiring?
Hire commission-based salespeople. Structure their pay so they need to sell to make good money. Pay enough base to cover basics, but make commission the main driver. This ensures you attract hungry people and those who can't sell. Well, they won't last.
So more closers means more deals without requiring more of your direct selling time. That's leverage.
Huge leverage. Which brings us to the final point, number 12. Staying in your zone of genius.
The ultimate goal, maybe, where work feels like play because you're doing what you're uniquely brilliant at.
Exactly. For the CEO or founder, this means focusing almost entirely on three things. Vision. What's next? What new things need to exist? Money. Ensuring the business has the capital it needs, allocating it wisely, and people. Getting the right team in place, developing them, making sure they're thriving. Those are the highest leverage activities. Everything else, ideally, gets delegated or systemized. It leads to that final important question for you listening. Are you consistently operating in your zone of genius, or are you still stuck doing things others could handle?
Wow. Okay, what a deep dive. We've covered a lot from cash upfront and killer offers to systems, time leverage, smashing bottlenecks, scaling teams, paying for speed, fixing retention, and finally staying in that zone of genius. It really paints a picture of how these strategies interlock to create that rapid, almost cheating kind of growth. If this sparks some ideas for you and you want to keep making money smarter, don't forget to subscribe to Smart Income Masters over on YouTube. And here's something to think about. If scaling really can feel effortless when you operate at your highest level and empower others, what mindset shifts are you willing to make starting today to redefine what work looks like for you? Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.